Did Calvary win? Did they win it? The Calvary Cavaliers. Just watching to see if the Calvary Cavaliers defeated the Union Parish Farmers tonight. Yep. So Calvary led at the half 35-0. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of Facebook Live at Night, my Friday night edition. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Friday, October 17th, 2025. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I sincerely hope you folks had a truly blessed and wonderful Friday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is the list of all the National Day holidays for my National Day calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight, right after my National Day calendar segment, I'll have my famous birthday segment for you all, where it features our famous people who were born on this day. And also tonight, in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for the entire weekend. That does include tomorrow, which is Saturday, and Sunday, plus through all of next week. And of course, you know it's Friday night, and I will have a recap of all your high school football games played in here across North and Northwest Louisiana. And a little later on, I will let you guys exactly did your team win or lose. I just had to show that highlight at the start of the at the start of tonight's video. I just had to show you guys that highlight between Union Parish and Calvary, because I was repping that game, and of course it was a homecoming night at Calvary, and I would like to thank them for having me on their campus earlier today. It was definitely such a pleasure, and of course I was perfectly invited to attend, and I am glad that I have accepted the invite. But first, without further ado, let's get it on here on this Friday night, and I'm going to start off with my National Day calendar segment. For you guys. Now, here are the listings of today's National Day holidays. Good evening to you, Teresa. How are you doing on this Friday night, and how was your day today? Today was National Edge Day. Today was Black Poetry Day. Today was National Mammography Day, National Mulligan Day, National Pasta Day. And of course, the main topic from today's National Day holidays is that today was National Pasta Day. Hope you folks are able to get your forks ready. Whether or not, especially if you were craving for something Italian. Today, of course, on this day, today was National Pasta Day, a glorious excuse to carb load and celebrate one of the world's most beloved foods. But why limit the fun to just one day? The entire month of October is National Pasta Month, giving you 31 days to twirl, slurp, and savor every delicious shape and sauce imaginable. And of course, that does include Halloween. Hashtag National Pasta Day. While we find noodles all over the world, pasta is a type of noodle of traditional Italian cuisine. The first reference dates to 1154 in Sicily and was first attested to in English in 1874. Typically, it is made from an unleavened dough of durum wheat flour. The flour is mixed with water or eggs and formed into sheets of various shapes. Excuse me. It can then be served fresh or dry to be stored for later use. Types of pasta. Look for pasta in both savory and dessert dishes. Since it's so versatile, pasta lends itself to sweeten every dish. Look for pasta in both savory and dessert dishes. Since it's so versatile, pasta lends itself to sweeten every other dish on the table. Cooks feature pasta as a main dish, but they also serve up delicious hot and cold sizes. I'll start. Okay. Types of pasta. Look for pasta in both savory and dessert dishes. Since it's so versatile, pasta lends itself to sweeten every other dish on the table. Cooks feature pasta as a main dish, but they also serve up delicious hot and cold side dishes as well. And then, of course, those special desserts we can't resist making our mouths water. Cooks originally made fresh pasta by hand. However, today, Cooks originally made fresh pasta by hand. However, today, many varieties of fresh pasta are made commercially. Large-scale machines bring choices to our grocers daily. Smaller pasta machines on the market make having the freshest pasta at home even easier. Dried and fresh pasta come in several shapes and varieties. There's so many kinds of pasta. According to Encyclopedia Pasta by Aurelio Zanini de Vita, 310 specific kinds of pasta identified by over 1,300 names have been documented. In Italy, names of specific pasta shapes or types vary with locale. For example, cavatelli is known by 28 different names depending on the region and town. The size and shape of pasta may determine the best sauce to pair with it, too. The size and shape of pasta may determine the best sauce to pair with it, too. For example, serve linguine with lighter, thinner sauces to avoid breaking the noodles. A similarly shaped noodle fettuccine is less delicate. That's why it carries heavier sauces like Alfredo. You can learn more about pasta from the National Pasta Association. Here's how to observe National Pasta Day. Explore the world of pasta. Whether you're cooking up a salad, main dish, or dessert, recipes abound. There are several on the recipe page as well. If you haven't been in the mood for cooking, or if you're ever not in the mood for cooking, take the family out to an Italian restaurant, whether it's Olive Garden or Carrabba's, or there's another place that serves pasta. It's called Giuseppe's Pasta Cafe. Of course, they're right here in Shreveport on Piermont, right off Line Avenue. I've been there once, but it's been a long time. But of course, there are a few, and also there's Notini's over on Airline Drive in Bossier City. It's an Italian restaurant. No matter what you are planning, invite friends to join you. It's the best way to celebrate every day. Hashtag National Pasta Day to post on social media. So to prevent sticky noodles ruin a dish, use these tips to make perfect pasta every time. Season the water with salt before adding the pasta. While it won't keep the pasta from sticking, it is the best time to add flavor to your pasta. Always bring the water to a boil before adding the pasta. Also, make sure you have plenty of water in the pot. Too little and you will need to add more. Stir the pasta a few times while it's cooking. Reserve some of the liquid before draining the pasta. Then run water over the pasta to help prevent sticking. You can even do this if you're eating it right away, especially if you're adding a sauce. If your sauce seems a little thick and the reserve pasta liquid to thin the sauce and add more flavor. Yes, you can freeze cook. Yes, of course, you can freeze cook pasta, but don't overcook it. Al dente pasta. Yes, you can. You can freeze cook pasta, of course, but don't overcook it. Al dente pasta will become mushy, so you will want to cook it until it is not quite al dente. You can also mix in most sauces before freezing. Avoid freezing cream sauces like Alfredo because they will separate and become grainy. So what's your favorite type of pasta? Is it linguine, angel hair, fettuccine, spaghetti? any type of pasta, whether it's spaghetti or angel hair pasta, whether it's spaghetti, angel hair pasta, fettuccine, linguine. There are different types of pastas out there. However you deserve. So, hope you were able to like head out to your favorite Italian restaurant, whether it's Carrabba's or Olive Garden, or local Italian eateries such as Mongiuni's, or Giuseppe's Pasta Cafe, or Notini's, to name a few. I mean, I myself can settle for some pasta. Sometimes I'm just in a mood of a pasta eating mood. So that's part of what my focus is on this Friday night in regards to National Pasta Day. And also today was that's my main topic to you guys in reference to National Pasta Day here on this Friday night. Now here's my famous birthday segment for you all that we celebrated, and some of these you may be familiar. Some of these names you may be familiar with. Excuse me. Today, movie actress Freya Sky turns 16, rapper Eminem turns 53, R&B singer Queen Naja turns 30, MMA fighter Charles Oliveira turns 36, country singer Alan Jackson turns 67, movie actor Matthew Simpkins turns 19, TV actor Michael McKean turns 78. Movie actress Felicity Jones turns 42. TV actor Marquise turns 59. TV actor Wood Harris turns 56. TV actress Sharon Leal turns 53. Director Mike Judge turns 63. Excuse me. Astronaut Mae Jemison turns 69. TV actor J.C. McKenzie turns 55. Movie actor Matthew McFadden turns 51. Rapper Wyclef Jean turns 56. TV actress Angel Parker turns 45. Reggae singer Ziggy Marley turns turns 57. And movie actor Max Irons turns 40. These are following famous people who have celebrated their birthdays earlier today on this day, Friday, October 17th. And of course, I know this has been talked about. And of course, before I get to weather again, so that covers my National Day Calendar segment. And of course, let's get serious and let's get on to it with your weather. Let's get on to it with the weather, and of course, we do have some very serious weather that is expected to be heading our way, especially during the day tomorrow, which is Saturday. I do have some very serious weather that I need to talk to you guys about. So we still have that threat for severe weather. This is likely going to occur during the day tomorrow. I'll let you guys know exactly what time we should be expecting these storms. So if you haven't already, make sure you all are. If you haven't already, please make sure. If you haven't already, please make sure you are prepared for the storms that tend to come through. If you haven't already, please make sure you have all your devices charged, all the necessary equipment that you need. Make sure all your devices are charged, such as your smartphones, laptop, PCs, and your tablets. And also find a way to have alerts have ways to stay on alert, and remember not to silence your phone. You know, in the event of emergencies. So, here's the storm prediction outlook. Storm prediction center outlook for tomorrow, Saturday. So we have a slight risk for nearly. There's a slight risk for nearly all of the 4-state area from lunch to midnight primarily. Most likely during the day tomorrow. The better part of the day tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So, whatever weekend plans you have set, whatever weekend plans you have set, you have set in sleep, whatever weekend plans you have set up, you may want to plan those. You may need to plan those earlier. Consider postponing them or pushing them back until until when this weather passes. So I'm going to explain everything. Should you folks need to know about the threat for the potential storms tomorrow? So we do have some very serious weather that is expected to be reaching our neck of the woods. There is a slight risk for nearly all of the 4-state area from lunch to midnight primarily. The primary threat will be damaging winds with isolated large hail and tornadoes. Severe weather threat Saturday. This is a level 2 out of 5. This is most of this is going to occur from the early afternoon to late evening hours. A slight risk includes most of the 4-state area, including all the way from southeast Oklahoma and covering the entire state of Arkansas, east and northeast Texas, and mainly north and northwest Louisiana. Some uncertainty still exists in regard to exact time and location and severity. Please continue to monitor the forecast for the latest information. Here are the potential hazards. Damaging wind gusts, hail, and a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. So this is going to be our first major weather event we've seen here in months. We need the rain, of course we do. But unfortunately, this is something we're gonna have to deal with. So, continuing severe weather awareness week for the fall. So, today we continue fall severe weather awareness week. We continue severe weather awareness week for the fall. Today we continue severe weather awareness week for the fall season, and of course, today's topic is watches, warnings, and their reception. Severe weather awareness week topic up to date: watches, warnings, and reception. So how do you receive this info? The NOAA Weather Radio self-program based on your zip code and can alert you when in a watch, and more importantly, a warning. Smartphones are similar as they respond to cell towers that are in an area or polygon of threat issued by your National Weather Service office. So NOAA Weather radios can wake you up if necessary. Smartphones, TV, and other social media outlets. And here's the timing, the potential for Saturday and Saturday night. There will be a chance for thunderstorms throughout the day as a trough and cold front sweep across the 4-state area on Saturday and Saturday night. So if you're in zone 1, this most likely will occur between noon and 5 p.m. Now, this can change. However, can this still change even though it's 10:51 p.m. at night? Absolutely, of course. The timing is between that's noon and 5 p.m. across southeast Oklahoma and northwest portions of the Arklatex. And of course, where we're located, the Shreveport-Bossier City area, we're in zone 2. So the timing of the storms we could be expecting to come our way is between 2 and 8 p.m. anytime during that time frame. Most of southwest Arkansas, mainly across the entire Arklatex as well as East Texas. And of course, Zone 3 should move its way further southeastward. We will continue the southeastward trend mainly between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. mainly across mainly central and northeast Louisiana. This is likely going to occur late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening through tomorrow night. So I say around 8 p.m. And I'll let you guys know exactly what time we should be expecting the storms and what time we should expect the storms to leave. So this is why you want to consider putting your weekend plans on hold, because we want to keep everyone safe, because we do have a potential severe weather threat on the way, especially late tomorrow, and especially doing much of this. Most of this is likely going to occur. I'd say the average time should be like late in the afternoon. And of course, ahead of this is that another warm afternoon with above. So we're expecting high temperatures for Saturday along with rain chances. So we have one more very warm afternoon, but hopefully we have some clouds that the whole daytime temperatures readings out. Hold on just one second. It's something I want to see. Something I want to see here. Hope I can catch it.
Good, you know, it's homecoming. They're not just no easy school to walk past, so I'm kind of glad defense did their thing, offense did their thing.
Calvary wins. It remains unbeaten in district.
So I feel like we did good, especially kind of defense. The shutout, it's good.
I didn't think this would happen, no, but the turnovers are win. I don't know.
This is the head coach, Rodney Gwynn.
I don't know what it was, but you know, we played well on defense. We kicked the ball well and kept them on their end of the field the whole time too when we scored. So you know, we did a lot of stuff right. And
proud of these boys. Proud of this team.
So next up for the Cavs, Alex, they go out of district and face Huntington, and then they close out the regular season against Green Oaks and North Caddo. So Calvary rolling right now, the right time of the year as they get ready for another playoff run.
Okay, I just wanted to catch that story right fast. I mean, I didn't quite pay much attention to when it was on, but here I am. But here I am now. I am back. Now let's continue with you, weather. So we have one more very warm day. Hopefully, as of right now, I'm not expecting temperatures to be quite as warm tomorrow like we saw today. So another warm afternoon with above average readings with south to southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour and higher gusts. The cold front approach will utilize peak heating to possibly become severe if thunder roars go indoors. So one more warm afternoon with warmer than average with south to southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Finally, some decent rain chances. This could end a dry spell that lasted. Of course, the ongoing dry streak. We are now at 23 days without rain here in Shreveport. Now, getting the rain, it is good. We do because we do need the rain. So far during the month of October, we have not received not one drop, and likely this is likely going to change. Finally, some decent rain chances. Thunderstorms. We use peak heating to grow stronger. So, depending on how, if we see any sun at all during the day tomorrow, that's likely going to increase the likelihood of seeing strong to severe storms occurring during the day tomorrow. Now, here are your averages and records for this day. Friday, October 17th. Normal high is 79. Normal low is 55. Record high is 93 set on this day back in 1972. 34 is the record low set on this day back in 1977. And once again, we are not under any advisories, watches, or warnings here on this Friday night. And this could be our, excuse me. Once again, we are all quiet here on this Friday night. We are not receiving any rain. We are all quiet here. We're not receiving any rain. Such has been the case for basically for the past couple of weeks at least. We've been basically dry at night times because so far in Shreveport we just about now we're the 17th day of the month is just about complete. The 17th day of this month is just about complete. And the 17th day of this month is just about over with. The 17th day of this month is just about over with. And the 17th day of this month is just about over with. And so far we have not received not one drop. Now this is actually good news for us getting the rain. But unfortunately, we have the severe weather threat, so that's something we have to deal with. So I'm hoping you guys are prepared. I need you guys to be prepared. Now, if you look in the region weather, we're actually seeing a few showers. Of course, across the southern U.S., we're not seeing much activity, but especially across the mid-south region, mainly across northwestern Tennessee and across portions of central and western Kentucky. Here on this Friday night, we're seeing a few showers. Elsewhere, we're basically all quiet. So we are basically all quiet. And all this is and of course the reach of high pressure has largely dominated our the ridge of high pressure has been dominating our weather here. The ridge of high pressure has been keeping our weather mainly dry and with lots of dry air in place. It has kept our with dry air with ridges of high pressure caused by and dry air has kept us dry, and that's what led up to the unusually warm temperatures. And today was one of those unusually warm days we had here in Shreveport. Now today, unlike what we've seen unlike what we've seen over the past several days, winds we managed to see southerly winds, and also unlike what we've experienced, we've actually got to see in terms of more clouds, and also today turned out to be more humid. Also turned out to be rather breezy at times with winds coming from the southeast. So it was a bit humid, but still humidity levels were up slightly, but still it was a moderately dry day, but not completely. We had moderately dry air in place. So but once again we've had another unusually warm day, and today we actually topped it at 92 degrees earlier today here in Shreveport, and of course our normal high we should now be in the upper 70s. So we're still experiencing the taste of summer here in mid-October, but that's going to change. But when that cold front comes, at least when that cold front comes through, brings us the rain. That's going to set the stage for heavy downpours to arrive. That's going to set the stage for heavy downpours to arrive. That's gonna set the stage for cooler weather to finally arrive, finally get a touch of fall there. And I will let you guys know exactly how cool it could get. I'll let you guys know exactly how cool it could get, especially as it go into the latter portion of your weekend. It will absolutely be some of the temperatures we've experienced since late April or early May. The last time we saw temperatures quite cool. If I'm not mistaken, I would have to go all the way back to the beginning of May, the last time we saw cooler temperatures here in the region. So we've experienced a mix of clouds and sunshine. We have a bit more cloud cover at times. And so far today, again, our high temperature today was 92 degrees. That's 13 degrees above our normal high, which is 79. And once again, like we were yesterday, we were 1 degree shy of tying today's record high, which is 93. We were 1 degree shy of tying today's record. Now, fortunately, hopefully, now tomorrow's record high is, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow's record high temperature is 91, and I know we're going to be several degrees lower than that. Again, our high today was 92. Our low temperature this morning was 62. So again, we were at least 7 degrees above normal. So the warmer than normal temperatures continue for another day. And once again today, for like the 23rd or 24th straight day in a row, we for like at least the 22nd and 23rd straight day in a row, we've received no rain. So today has been another completely and totally dry day for us. So actually, again, our high temperature in Shreveport today was 92 degrees. That's 1 degree shy of tying today's record, which is 93. So just like yesterday, we were 1 degree shy of tying today's record. Temperature outside here on this Friday night is 79 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Humidity is 54%. Dew point is 61 degrees. That means we have our air is becoming a bit more moist. You know what that means. So even though dew points are in the 60s, so dew points are in the low 60s, that means that dry air is faded away. We're starting to see the return of Gulf moist air. That means that's going to set the stage for the potential severe weather threat tomorrow. Again, temperature outside here on this Friday night is 79 degrees. Humidity is 54%. Dew point is 61 degrees. We have a southeast wind at 8 miles per hour. With the feels like temperature, the heat index of 80 degrees. It can be kind of odd for me to still talk to you guys about heat index, especially in the middle of October, knowing by now it should be feeling like fall. Good evening to you, Brittany. How are you doing this Friday night? And how was your day today? Barometric pressure is at 29.85 inches and visibility is at 10 miles. Good evening to you, Brittany. How are you doing on this Friday night? And how was your day today? And of course, as I just mentioned, Severe Weather Awareness Week in Louisiana continues today. And today's focus was watches, warnings, and reception. Yep, thank you. I've worn these glasses. I've worn these glasses today to support breast cancer awareness. You know, I gotta have my pink, and you know I gotta have my pink in support of breast cancer awareness for the entire month of October. Watches, warnings, and reception. Providing information on what it means to be under a severe thunderstorm or tornado watch or warning, and what actions are recommended when watches and warnings are issued. Thank you so much. Watches, warnings, and reception. I'm going to explain all of these to you as fall severe weather awareness week continues in Louisiana. Watches, warnings, and reception. A watch means, so this is it, so pay attention because this is something that we could be dealing with tomorrow in our area. Watches and warnings. A watch means that conditions are favorable for hazardous weather to develop. For example, a severe thunderstorm watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms. A tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for tornadoes to develop. A watch does not mean that severe thunderstorms or tornadoes will develop, but it means that they are possible. If a watch is issued for your location, watch out. Stay tuned to the latest weather information through television, NOAA weather radio, or social media in case a warning is issued. Now here's the more serious one. A warning means that hazardous weather is occurring, imminent, or likely. For example, a tornado warning means that a tornado has been reported or cited and has been indicated by radar. If you have under a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, take action now. Put your severe weather safety plan into action. A warning means that there's an imminent threat to life and property. Okay. Yes, Brittany, I'm going to look up right now to DeRidder, Louisiana. What it's going to be like in DeRidder, Louisiana for tomorrow, Saturday, October 18th. So, DeRidder. Excuse me. So, forecasting for DeRidder. So, now if she's traveling to DeRidder for Elizabeth, that means that it would be mainly clear and warm, and tomorrow expect a mix of clouds and sunshine with thunderstorms. So the day in DeRidder should start off with sunshine. And then, so the day should start off with sunshine. So I'm gonna click. Okay. Hourly. So mostly clear skies are expected overnight hours tonight. Start off sunny with so 6 a.m. tomorrow morning in DeRidder, it should be mostly clear skies, and then around 9 a.m. tomorrow morning with sunshine, it should be up to 72 degrees. Expect mostly sunny skies with a temperature of 81 degrees around noon tomorrow. They expect thunderstorms to occur around 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with a temperature of 84 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, they expect mostly cloudy skies with a temperature of 84 degrees. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening with thunderstorms. And if she's going to be in the river, she's be expecting storms to occur around 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. The skies will be mostly cloudy around 8 and 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Around 10 p.m. tomorrow night, they expect another round of thunderstorms with a temperature of 74 degrees. So it'll be so tomorrow down in the Ritter, Louisiana, it will be so tomorrow night down in the Ritter, Louisiana, she should have highs reaching the mid 80s. With a chance of thunderstorms. So band performance starts at 7:30 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna go back to 7:30. $7:30 p.m. So should be in the clear. So expect skies to be cloudy around 7 p.m. tomorrow evening in the Ritter with a temperature of 78 degrees. 78 degrees around 7 p.m. tomorrow evening in the Ritter. So storms should clear out by then. They expect another round to occur down in the Ritter around 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Okay. Back to watches, warnings, and reception. Wireless emergency alerts or WEA. Wireless emergency alerts are emergency messages sent by authorized government alerting authorities through your mobile carrier. Government partners include local and state public safety agencies, FEMA, the FCC, the Department of Homeland Security, and the National Weather Service. No sign-up is required. Alerts are sent automatically to WEA-capable phones during an emergency. Alerts received at the right time can help keep you safe during an emergency. With WEA, alerts can be sent to your mobile device when you may be in harm's way without the need to download an app or subscribe to a service. The graphics on the rest list what types of alerts you will receive. These include extreme weather and hydrologic warnings, local emergencies requiring evacuation or immediate action, amber alerts, blue alerts, presidential alerts during a national emergency. What types of WEA messages will the National Weather Service send? Tsunami warnings, tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings only when the damage threat is destructive. Winds of at least 80 miles per hour or hail up to 2 3/4 in diameter or greater. Flash flood warnings only when the damage threat is considerable or catastrophic. Hurricane, typhoon, storm surge, and extreme wind warnings. Dust storm and snow squall warnings. WEA messages include a special tone and vibration, and both will be repeated twice. So, when you receive a WEA following any action advised by the emergency message, seek more details from your favorite TV or radio station, NOAA Weather Radio, news website, desktop or mobile app, or other trust source of information. If you travel into a threat area after the alert is first sent, your WEA capable device will receive the message when you enter the area. NOAA Weather Radio, known as the voice of NOAA's National Weather Service. NOAA All Hazards Weather Radio is an NWR. It's the nationwide network of more than 1,000 transmitters covering all 50 states, adjacent coastal waters, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the U.S. Pacific Territories. These stations broadcast continuous weather information directly from the nearest National Weather Service office. NWR broadcasts official weather service warnings, watches, forecasts, and other hazardous information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, your son built 2 Lego sets and the third one is missing the piece. Where do you think he will find it? So 2 Lego sets and the third one is missing. Will he find it on the top? It's been so long since I last played Legos. It's been so long. I haven't played Legos since I was maybe about 9 or 10 years old. Because I would play with Legos often when I was a child. So it is so it is quite. So it's so get you a set. So I'm thinking about it. I will. Thank you. I will look. You know what? I probably should think of getting. I'm thinking of putting that on my list of things to get for Christmas. Some Legos. I'm thinking about putting a set of Legos on my list for Christmas. I'll find some Legos. Excuse me. Now tonight, tonight expect mostly clear skies, and of course it's been another perfect evening. Although it was a little warm, but it was a little warm and it's slightly humid, a little bit warm and slightly humid, but not too much. Asking for the Fortnite. It's at Sam's Club. Okay, thank you for reminding me. I'll be sure to go look for some. Thank you for reminding. Thanks for letting me know. So tonight. So this morning we start off in the low 60s, but tonight it's going to be much milder, much warmer. So expect mostly clear skies, low temperature tonight, 69 degrees, maybe just a 10% chance of a small chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight I'm not expecting anything much. So at the low temperature tonight, 69 degrees with mostly clear skies, with the south wind at 7 miles per hour, chance rain 10%. Now tomorrow definitely is the day we're going to be paying attention to. Very serious. Tomorrow is a severe weather alert day. So I'm declaring tomorrow I'm declaring tomorrow, Saturday, October 18th, as a severe weather alert day. So tomorrow is a severe weather alert day. To keep you guys posted on everything that you need to do, to make sure tonight to have all your devices, and throughout the day tomorrow have all your devices charged, your laptop, smartphone, your laptop PCs, your smartphones, and your tablets. Have all devices charged. Have any operating batteries or flashlights should your home or business lose power. So all this is in advance of a cold front. So tomorrow's going to be humid with the mix of clouds and sunshine. Hopefully, I'm not expecting tomorrow to be as warm as today. Then expect a few thunderstorms in the afternoon, a few severe thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon. And of course, these storms can bring flooding, downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts, and an isolated tornado. High temperature tomorrow, 85 degrees. We made the 92 earlier today. So hopefully we have more clouds during the day tomorrow. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the severe weather threat will be limited. So high temperature tomorrow, 85 degrees with the south wind at 8 miles per hour, chance of rain 90%. So tomorrow, of course, is going to be a busy day in the weather department. And of course, now here is when we could be expecting our round of storms to occur. So expect temperatures to be so tonight our weather here shouldn't be much a problem, with lows mostly mainly be in the 70s. The only thing is that temperature is going to be warmer. In fact, 79 degrees. We're actually at with our normal high temperature should be this time of year for right now. We're going to mainly be in the 70s. Of course, it's going to be another. So tonight's going to be rather unusually warm October night for us, with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies and overnight hours tonight. We will start out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with the temperature of 70 degrees. So we will start out tomorrow morning with the temperature of 70 degrees. And so tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with clear skies. So we should start out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with with clear skies, we should be at 70 degrees. 9 a.m. tomorrow with sunshine, we should be at 73 degrees. Noon tomorrow with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 81 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, we should be at 85 degrees. And then here come the storms. Expect around the storms to occur around 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, with the temperature of 78 degrees. And then the storms should continue through much of the evening hours tomorrow night, around 7 p.m. And then 8 p.m. tomorrow night, we'll still have storms around then. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, we should see the activities start to diminish, with the temperature, with partly cloudy skies with thunderstorms, with the temperature 73 degrees. And then later on tomorrow night, we should see things beginning to diminish. So we have sunshine to start during the day, and then we'll start to see the clouds increasing as we go through the afternoon and expect storms to occur. So for us, this is mainly going to be in tomorrow, this is mainly going to be in a late afternoon. This is mainly going to be this is expected to be mainly an evening event for us. So this is mainly going to be an evening event for us. Expect around the storms to occur 6 p.m. and then around 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So within the 10 o'clock hour, we should finally start to see things become to diminish. So prepare yourselves for a very active weather day for tomorrow. So we will see above normal temperatures, but hopefully tomorrow not as warm as today. So So please stay tuned to whatever weekend plans that you have. Whatever your weekend plans are, you might want to put those on. You may want to put those on hold. So, and of course, not only that, I would like to and we're finally going to get our first surge of some real fall weather that's likely going to occur. And I think some of the numbers here you're going to like. So here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. So after a low temperature night of 69 degrees, of course, it's going to be a very warm night for us, with the warm humid air mass in place. That's what's going to lead up to the severe weather threat for tomorrow. With lows starting off in the upper 60s tomorrow. That's unusually warm for this time of year. We should at least be in the mid 50s. Now tomorrow during the day, of course, that's our severe weather alert day. So tomorrow, so we're going to be dealing with some serious. We are going to be dealing with some serious weather during the day tomorrow. It will be humid with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Expect a few thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, some severe. And storms can bring flooding downpours, hail, damaging winds, and wind gusts, and even isolated tornado for tomorrow as we go into your Saturday. With the high of 85, low of 61, winds will be from the south at 8 miles per hour, chance rain 90%. And of course, once that goes away, now for your Sunday, things are looking better. Also, not only is your Sunday looking better, your Sunday is also expecting much cooler temperatures. So we're actually going to see high temperatures slightly below normal for a change heading to your Sunday. So Sunday, of course, is going to be a lot more reasonable fall day for us for your Sunday. It would be pleasant and rather comfortable with plenty of sunshine. With the high of 77, low of 52, winds will be from the north at 9 miles per hour, no rain is expected. Monday, of course, 52 degrees. That would be the lowest temperature we've seen so far this season. Now Monday, as we start the new week, as we start the new upcoming week on Monday, expect plenty of sunshine. High of 83, low of 63. Winds will be from the south at 8 miles per hour, no rain is expected. Tuesday, again, expect plenty of sunshine. High of 81, low of 51. Winds will be from the northeast at 7 miles per hour, and we are not expecting any rain. By the time to go to your Wednesday, expect it will be a pleasant day for us with mostly sunny skies. High of 78, low of 58. Winds will be from the east at 6 miles per hour, and no rain is expected. Then we start to see more clouds start to return to the picture. Expect partly mostly cloudy skies as we head into your Thursday. With the high of 84, low of 64, winds will be from the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. I'm going to put your rain chance as just a 10% chance of rain for your Thursday. It looks like next Friday, end of next week, guess what? We have more storms in the way, followed by This will be associated with another cold front that will come through late next week. We have another chance of storms on the way late next week. And as of right now, next week's system doesn't have to, is not showing anything severe, but I will keep you posted as we navigate through these next several days. So expect cloudy skies with a few showers in the morning, followed by thunderstorms cloudy with showers and thunderstorms periodically throughout the day. With the high of 80, low of 65, winds will be from the southeast at 6 miles per hour, chance rain 40%. So it looks like the end of next week could bring us more rain. So the end of next week could bring us more rain. So the end of next week could bring us more rain. Now as we go into this next Saturday, which is the 25th, expect partly cloudy skies with highs reaching the upper 70s with a 10% rain chance. And of course, next Sunday, which is the 26th, expect mostly sunny skies with highs in low 80s and no rain expected. And it looks like we have another rain chance as we go into Monday the following week, which is the 27th. It looks like we could be expecting another chance of rain. Expect mostly sunny skies with another chance of a shower, with a chance of showers as we go into Monday the following week, which would be the 27th, with a 30% rain chance. So our weather here, as we navigate through the second, as we go into the second half of October, as we go into towards the end of the month, it looks to be a bit more active with more frequent cold fronts pushing through. Looks like our prolonged period of unusually warm and dry weather is about to come to an end that we've been dealing with for weeks. So we're finally going to get, not only are we going to see not only is some much needed rain coming our way for tomorrow, we're also going to, and finally behind it will bring us some much cooler temperatures entirely more reasonable for fall. I'm talking Sunday with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. Something we have not seen since the spring. Something we have not seen here since the beginning of May. And for those of you that's curious about your weather for Halloween, even though that's 2 weeks out, expect partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm, or two possible highs in the upper 70s. I will keep you guys updated on what your weather. I will have your Halloween. Of course, we all know that Halloween is exactly 2 weeks. Is exactly 2 weeks from today. So. Again, excuse me. Again, looks like tomorrow is going to be the warmest we see after next 7 to 10 days. So, looks like tomorrow, ahead of that cold front that's pushing through, that's going to give us some much needed rainfall. Tomorrow is going to be the warmest that we'll see. So today's high was 92. Most likely today should be our last 90-degree day that we'll see this year. So we're getting ourselves prepared for some much cooler. But now tomorrow, prior to the severe weather threat that's expected to come our way, we're going to see. So tomorrow's gonna be another very warm day for us. But tomorrow shouldn't be quite as warm as what we saw today. With the high of 80, with highs in the mid 80s for tomorrow, which is Saturday. High of 85 for tomorrow, which is Saturday. That's ahead of the strong cold front. That's going to bring us the decent chance of showers and storms. That's going to bring us the threat of severe weather for tomorrow. Ahead of the front, that's going to bring us ahead of the cold front. That's going to bring us the severe weather tomorrow. We'll have a high of 85, so we'll be in the mid 80s for tomorrow. And following behind the cold front, much cooler temperatures will be coming to us on Sunday with the high of 77. We should be in the mid to upper 70s for Sunday. So Sunday will kind of be like a bit closer to normal, slightly below normal for Sunday. Of course, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And Sunday night, we'll be experiencing some of the coolest nights of the season with lows bottoming out in the low 50s. Monday, we start with reverse the warming trend, but definitely not as warm as it's been lately. We're only going to be we're going to be up to 83 by Monday, we'll have highs and low 80s for both Monday and Tuesday. High of 83 Monday, high of 83 on Monday, high of 81 for Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we have another front that'll come through. It's not going to bring much rain. It will bring much of any rain with it. It's going to bring us another spell of slightly cooler temperatures for Wednesday, with highs reaching the upper 70s, high of 78 for Wednesday. And then we're back to seeing. Then we're going to close out next. Then next Thursday and Friday we'll have highs in the 80s each day. High of 84 for next Thursday, which is the 23rd, and high of 80 for next Friday, which is the 24th. So once again, temperatures are going to be either at or slightly above or slightly below. So we're finally going to see temperatures a bit more reasonable for mid to late October. A bit more reasonable for this time of year. We're going to see temperatures hopefully not too far from October standards. Hopefully not too far from October standards. So again, we're in the mid 80s tomorrow. We're in the mid to upper 70s for Sunday. We'll have highs in the low 80s for both Monday and Tuesday. Upper 70s by Wednesday. Then we'll reverse that warmer trend for both Wednesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, for Thursday and Friday of next week. And estimate, and of course, rain chances. Now tomorrow is going to be the biggest day we'll see the severe weather threat. So not only is tomorrow going to be tomorrow is the day we're going to have the biggest rain chance we'll see for tomorrow, which is Saturday, with a 90% chance. So get yourselves prepared for what could be what could be a very active and busy day set up for tomorrow with the line of storms coming through. That's going to be associated with the cold front. That's why we have that slight risk of severe weather on the way. Following that, then we're going to keep things totally dry for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then we'll start to working on we'll start to return a limited rain chance for Thursday. That's a 10%. Looks like the next best rain chance will happen to be exactly a week from today. That is next Friday, which is the 24th. Then we'll have off and on, and then of course we'll kind of take a break on the rainfall for next weekend, and then we will return the rain chance as we go into the beginning of the final few days of October. And that will be the following Monday, October 27th. So, and the estimated rainfall amount between now and the end of next week, we're looking at least an inch to inch and a half between now and the end of next week. So, at least over an inch to inch and a half. That's slightly lower to comparing to what I was showing you in last night's video. So we're looking at between an inch to at least an inch to around at least anywhere between 1 and 2 inches. Some areas could get greater than that. So, the main threat of this is going to be the damaging winds, and of course a few tornadoes cannot be ruled out. So please, but I will keep you posted upon the severe weather threat for that's expected to happen tomorrow during the day tomorrow. Most of this is likely going to occur tomorrow evening. And now, of course, you know, it is again, once again, it is Friday night. Of course, this is Friday. This is totally one of the days of the week that I'll be looking forward to. We're at the end of another week. So I will have a recap of your high school football scores from that had taken place earlier tonight, and as well as a preview of all your college football games for tomorrow, as well as a list of your selected NFL games for Sunday. So here's where I begin my Football Central segment. Of course, I have to show you guys that the segments of the Friday Football Fever on KPXJ with the Calvary Cavaliers. I believe they won tonight. I'm going to give you guys that score in just a few minutes. But here are the final scores. Here are your final scores here for this Friday night. Tonight, the Cedar Creek Cougars out of Ruston travel to Haynesville to play against the Golden Tornadoes. So Haynesville wins over Cedar Creek with the final score of 62-20. tonight also the West Washington Teeth out of West. Let's see, Tioga 49, West Washington 7. Of course, in Monroe, the St. Frederick Warriors hosted the Delhi Bears, and St. Frederick went on to win over Delhi with the final score of 56-12. Also tonight, the Arcadia Hornets traveled to Plain Dealing to play against the Lions. Of course, the Plain Dealing Lions hosted Arcadia, and Arcadia went on to win over Plain Dealing complete shutout with the final score of 47-0. And of course, I think this game was played last night. The Evangel Christian Eagles went on to completely shut out the Benton Tigers, final score 59-0. I believe that game was played last night, if I'm not mistaken. The Parkway Panthers went on to travel across the Red River. The Parkway Panthers went on to cross the river to travel to play on our side of the Red River, as the Parkway Panthers made an Independence Stadium to play against the Huntington Raiders. The Parkway Panthers traveled just across the Parkway Panthers traveled to our side of the river earlier this evening to play against the Huntington Raiders. And of course, the Parkway Panthers defeat the Huntington Raiders with the final score of 30-19. The West Monroe went on to win over the Washington Parish Lions with the West Monroe Rebels went on to win over the Washington Parish Lions with the final score of 39-25. Of course, earlier tonight, the North Dakota Griffins down in Stone. Of course, the Southwood Cowboys made their trip down to Stonewall to play against the North Dakota Griffins, and the North Dakota Griffins completely shut out the Southwood Cowboys with the final score of 56-0. The Ruston Bearcats went on to play against the Neville Tigers, and Ruston went on to defeat Neville with the final score of 41-37. And of course, the Manning Tigers defeated the Winfield Tigers with the final score of 66-40. The Mansfield Wolverines defeated the Rose Pine Eagles 45-19. And of course, earlier this evening, the Loyola Prep Flyers hosted the Woodlawn Knights, and Loyola went on to win over Woodlawn with the final score of 62-14. Of course, Logan Sport completely shut out Lakeview 52-0. River wins over Lakeside 49-21. And of course, also the Homer Pelicans went on to. Of course, earlier tonight, the Green Oaks Giants hosted the Homer Pelicans from out of Homer, Louisiana. But Homer went on to win over Green Oaks with the final score of 22-14. Also, the Lincoln Prep Panthers out of Grambling went on to play against the Glenbrook Apaches. Lincoln Prep went on to win over Glenbrook 25-7. Of course, the Dearborn went on to play against the North Caddo Titans. Of course, the Dearborn Timberwolves. Dearborn went on to win over North Caddo 56-26. Also, earlier tonight, the Captain Street Gators, my alma mater, hosted the Destrehan Wildcats, and Destrehan went on to win over Captain Street 68-28. Of course, the Captain Street Gators suffered yet another straight loss. Also tonight, the game I was showing you at the beginning of this video, the Calvary Baptist Cavaliers tonight. Also, the Calvary Baptist Cavaliers, and of course, it was Calvary's homecoming earlier tonight. Of course, the Calvary Baptist Cavaliers hosted the Union Parish Farmers out of Farmerville, Louisiana. And of course, Calvary Baptist completely shut out Union Parish earlier tonight during their homecoming. Final score was 48-0. And of course, I'd like to thank the entire staff of Calvary, thank everyone from Calvary Baptist for inviting me to their pep rally earlier today. It was definitely such a pleasure. Looking forward to see what Calvary will do against Huntington next Friday. And of course, the C.E. Bird Yellow Jackets make the drive down to Natchez to play against Natchez Central Chiefs. And of course, Natchez Central went on to win over C.E. Bird earlier tonight with the final score of 35-31. Also, Northwood went on to cross the river to play. The Northwood Falcons went on to cross the river to play against the Bossier Bearcats. And Northwood went on to take that victory over Bossier, 48-14. Also, BTW made the drive out to Minden to play. The BTW Lions made the drive out to Minden to play against the Crimson Tide, and BTW went on to win over Minden. Minden went on to win over BTW 55-30. Also earlier tonight, the Airline Vikings hosted the Halton Buccaneers. The airline went on to win over Halton 36-28. So that's about a list of your high school football games for this Friday night. So again, yes, I know I see another highlight from the I thought for sure I would see the Calvary Cavaliers once again. But I know that the Calvary Cavaliers went on to win, so congratulations again. So again, of course, there are only like 3 weeks left remaining in high school football regular season across Louisiana. So tune in next Friday for the next updates. Now here is your list of your college football games that's set up for tomorrow. Your college football matches set up for tomorrow. And of course, one of these, also tonight, so Louisville went on to defeat second-ranked Miami 24-21. Also, Minnesota went on to defeat 25th-ranked Nebraska 24-6. Of course, now we are heading to week 8 of the 2025 college football season. And of course, one of these games does feature the and of course, we still have some undefeated teams. Excuse me. Give me a second. So here are the following games that are set to take place tomorrow morning at 11. So here are the following games that are set to take place tomorrow morning at 11. On ESPN2, Baylor and TCU. On ABC, 10th ranked LSU will face 17th ranked Vanderbilt. Of course, LSU Tigers this week are on the road. Will be on the road to face the Vanderbilt Commodores. I'm looking for the Tigers to improve to 6-1. Also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on Fox, Washington and Michigan. Also tomorrow morning at 11 on ESPN, 12th ranked Georgia Tech, who remains undefeated, will visit Duke. Well, that will be between Georgia Tech and Duke. Also tomorrow morning, 11:45 on the SEC Network, 14th ranked on the SEC Network, 14th ranked Oklahoma and South Carolina. Tomorrow at noon, West Virginia and UCF. Tomorrow afternoon at 1, Kent State and Toledo on ESPN+. Also, tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on ESPN, 4th ranked Texas A&M, which remains undefeated, 6-0. 4th ranked Texas A&M will face Arkansas. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on CBS, top ranked Ohio State will face Wisconsin. Of course, Ohio State remains undefeated. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on Peacock, Michigan State and 3rd ranked Indiana. Also, Indiana remains undefeated with 6-0. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, 5th ranked Ole Miss, who remains undefeated, will face 9th ranked Georgia. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 on ESPN2, 22nd ranked Memphis also remains undefeated, will face UAB. That's University of Alabama at Birmingham. Also tomorrow afternoon at 3 on Fox, 7th ranked Texas Tech, another undefeated team, will face Arizona State. Tomorrow afternoon at 3:15 p.m., Mississippi State in Florida. And tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m., 8th ranked Oregon will face Rutgers. Also at 5:30 p.m., Washington State will face 18th ranked Virginia on the CW. Tomorrow evening at 6, the following games will take place. 21st ranked Texas and Kentucky. On Peacock, Penn State and Iowa. 6:30 p.m. on NBC, 20th ranked USC and 13th ranked Notre Dame. Also tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m., 11th ranked Tennessee and 6th ranked Alabama. 6:30 p.m. on the SEC Network, 16th ranked Missouri and Auburn. Tomorrow night at 7 on Fox, 23rd ranked Utah will face 15th ranked BYU. On ESPN2, 24th ranked Cincinnati in Oklahoma State. Tomorrow night at 9, Lafayette and Oregon State on the CW. So again, here's this week's college football triple header on ABC. And of course, the college football triple header will be between LSU and Vanderbilt. That will be between LSU and Vanderbilt, Ole Miss and Georgia, and Tennessee and Alabama. And of course, since the LSU game, of course, now of course this the LSU game will be on the road will be on the road in Vanderbilt, Tennessee. That's near Nashville, I believe. I bet. Here's what the weather's going to be like for those of you that head into the LSU game tomorrow in Nashville. The game starts at 11 a.m. The LSU game in Vanderbilt in Nashville. So tomorrow morning at 11, conditions, the weather is looking great. Should be looking great. 79 degrees with mostly sunny skies. At noon, expect partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 82 degrees. Around 1 p.m. with partly cloudy skies, the temperature should be 85 degrees. 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with partly cloudy skies, temperature should be at 87 degrees. So by the time the games wrap up, it should be 86 degrees with partly cloudy skies. The temperature should be at least in the upper 70s in the mid 80s to low to mid 80s. So tomorrow's weather at the LSU game in Vanderbilt should not be a problem. But different story here. So again, the college football triple header on ABC will feature LSU and Vanderbilt, Ole Miss and Georgia. Also, Tennessee and Alabama. Now here's your NFL, your selected NFL Week 7 games. And we all know it began last night. We all know it began last night between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And of course, Cincinnati went on to win over the Pittsburgh Steelers by 2 points with the final score 30-31. So of course, Sunday at noon, so Sunday morning 8:30 a.m. This is another overseas game that will be between the Los Angeles Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunday at noon, we'll have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Also, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, Sunday at noon on Fox, the New Orleans Saints will face the Chicago Bears. Later on Sunday afternoon on Fox, the Dallas Cowboys will be home to host the Washington Commanders. Sunday night at 7:20 p.m. on NBC. We have the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. And Week 7 will conclude with another Monday night doubleheader. Sunday night at 6 on ABC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Later on Monday night on ESPN at 9 p.m., the Houston Texans will face the Seattle Seahawks. Both the Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills have their respective byes this week. Well, that will be out. But again, so once again, we have plenty of football to look forward to, despite the expected rough weather that's to come our way tomorrow. So again, tomorrow, LSU and Vanderbilt, Ole Miss and Georgia, and also Tennessee and Alabama. Each of those games takes place tomorrow. And also Sunday, the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. That's Sunday at noon. Later on Sunday afternoon at 3:25 p.m., the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Will each of these teams go for a win? Well, that would be all that I have for you guys here on this Friday night. Thank you guys for watching me here. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here on this Friday night. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Enjoy your weekend. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.